Hi, welcome to Being You and Free. I'm Shilpa. Today I want to talk to you about the house search that consumed me for the past 2 months and the thing that mattered the most. We park in front of an open house and find several other cars parked there. A few people get out at the same time we do, all eyeing the same house. We walk in, find the owner, say hello, and start touring the place on our own. It's smaller than our current place, but it feels like we could make it work. I can't linger in any one room for too long because of the others around. We wait for the owner to chat with us, but she's busy talking to another family with a cute little toddler. We're relocating from Seattle, they tell her. Our daughter's music program is in the same neighborhood, so we want her to continue here. Did you apply already? The owner asked them. Apply before they even saw the place? Were we supposed to do the same? I suddenly felt like they had the upper hand. We spoke to the owner for a few minutes. What are you looking for? I asked her. Someone who can take care of the house. Maybe not someone with really young children, she says, looking toward the children playing outside. I tell her we're interested and leave. We apply later that day, but don't hear back. I imagine her renting the place to a young couple with no kids. It isn't enough for us to like the place, they have to like us too. A few days pass, and it's time to tour a few more houses. We park in front of another place not too far from us. This isn't an open house. We were given a particular time slot to visit. We wait patiently while the owner is finishing up her conversation with another family. The husband is chatting with the owner while the wife is managing their three young children running in the front yard. I wait for a few minutes, and they show no sign of parting. The dad is speaking passionately, going over their situation. I can only guess what he's saying. I don't really understand Hebrew. I start mumbling to my husband. It's been 8 minutes. Stay calm, he reminds me. They finally wrap up by exchanging their phone numbers. She walks over, apologizes, and takes us inside. After a brief chat, we start touring the place. I see more families entering the house. I try to make eye contact and smile, but no one smiles back. I'm not someone they want to small talk with. I'm a threat. We finish and tell the owner we're interested, which isn't totally true. I liked the backyard, but the layout inside didn't seem practical. The cabinets weren't well maintained, but we don't have many options. Time was running out, so we played along and thanked her for her time. In the car, I tell my husband, I bet she isn't going to pick us. She didn't have to tell me explicitly that we weren't chosen. I sensed it, not because of anything we said or did, but because of how she interacted. She was polite and answered all our questions. But then she added, we only have one house, we can't give it to everyone. She didn't give us the extra time she gave the other couple. I felt like she already knew who she wanted. When we heard back a few days later that they chose someone else, I wasn't surprised. I wasn't disappointed either. I didn't want to pick her as a landlord. There were other places that wanted us to apply, but we weren't in love with them. We toured some places where people were FaceTiming their family to show them the house. There was a house staged for sale, which they decided to rent because of the market. It looked gorgeous. Everything was in the right place, making it easy to visualize living there. Some kids walked in and straight away said, we want this house. Luckily, that house wasn't for us. It was too far from the school. Do you have pets? Asked a landlord from a house we toured. How old is your high schooler? Someone else asked. The whole process felt like a job interview. Except in interviews, you get some one on one time with the hiring manager. When we sold our house in Chicago and moved to the Bay Area during COVID, we had an entirely different experience. We never met the owners. The property managers showed us the place, and it worked out pretty quickly. They couldn't hold open houses for safety reasons at that time, and it shielded us from all of this. A week later, we toured a place we really loved. I could see our son happy there. The owners seemed nice. The only problem? It was much more than our current rent. We hesitated on our way out, which the owner noticed. We'll chat amongst ourselves and let you know, I said. We decided to apply later that day, but someone else made a better impression. So our search continued. The next house we toured reminded us of our old community in Chicago. I'd been chatting with this owner for a few weeks now. She took the time to get to know me over the phone and let me know that I made the shortlist. There was communication throughout the process. She and her husband scheduled a private viewing to see if we'd be a good fit for one another. The house was still occupied. Their tenant was in the midst of a move. I didn't mind. How we were received mattered more than how the house looked at the moment. Here, too, we saw families leave before we entered, and others waiting to enter while we were leaving. But each one got their time to see the place in private and chat with the landlord. They were friendly, and I thought we could connect and have a decent conversation. A day later, we heard that they wanted to move forward with us. It was a relief. Finally, our search ended after 2 months. Of course, this meant some of the other people who wanted the place didn't get it, but they were treated with the kindness and attention they deserved. Thank you for listening and for being part of my moving journey. See you next time.